So we have started the chapter India after independence. So yesterday I told you that what challenges India had to face when it got independence. Anyone? Yes, Vansh?
When that came was in India, they came from Pakistan and the princely states.
Yes, partition.
Princely states, political system.
Princely states.
Political system.
Political system.
Diversity and development.
Yes, diversity and development. Okay, so the next topic is, which we have started yesterday already. I was telling you about the history of Indian Constitution. So what are the key features? Some of them we are going to discuss. So first of all, I told you UAF. What is UAF? Universal Adult Franchise. So under this, what it is said that any person who is the age of 21, according to that time, now the age is 18 years. Okay, so any person who is 18 and above has the right to vote, irrespective of any gender, caste, religion. And it was said that it was a revolutionary step. Why? Because in UK and USA it was given in stages, but when in India this UAF was implemented, that time we gave the right to vote to all the persons. Yeah. Then second was equality before law. So I told you yesterday that Jawaharlal Nehru was not of the opinion. Some people said that if Pakistan is divided, कि एक Muslim Pakistan बन गया है, so we should make Hindu Pakistan. So then Jawaharlal Nehru was not of this opinion. So he said that our country where all the people live are of different religions and India will be a secular country. Okay? What do you mean by secular?
All the religions.
Yes. So where people live from all the religions. So India will be a secular country where all the persons will be treated as equal before law, whether rich or poor, high caste or low caste. Then next was untouchability was abolished. What is untouchability? Who are untouchables?
Black people.
Dalits, Harijans, who were treated as very low caste people. So initially they were not given any opportunities to participate in elections or to hold the post in administrative officers. Okay? So then it was also abolished and they also got the right, and it was recommended. It was written here on page 163, fourth line. The Constituent Assembly also recommended that a certain percentage of seats in legislatures as well as jobs in government be in legislatures reserved for the members of the lower caste. So पहले उनको बहुत means underestimate किया जाता था. They were not allowed to do anything and they were treated as servants of the higher caste people. But then this untouchability was abolished and they were lifted from this low caste and they were given equal opportunities. So you can say that as one member of the Constituent Assembly, H.G. Khandekar, एक member था Constituent Assembly का, he said that why untouchables were like this, कि क्यों उनको इतना low caste बनाया गया? Because they were made by the higher caste people only. आप किसी को दबाते जाओगे, you will keep on underestimating anyone. So obviously that person will feel weak, right? If you will keep on underestimating someone and you will not let anyone to come up, so obviously that person will feel weak ultimately. So that's why they said that we were made like this because of you people who were of higher caste. So we were not given the chance. But then this was abolished and they were treated equally, and likewise Adivasis also, who were of scheduled tribes, they were also given the chance. They were also granted reservation in seats and jobs. Okay, then next challenge was of center versus state. So this was also a challenge whether more power should go to the center or to the state. So then some people said that center should be strong. कि अगर एक country का center strong है, then only the people will be treated equally and the country, the nation will be in the strong position if the center is strong. But some people were opposing this and they said that more power should be given to the states. So states should have autonomy and freedom. कि उनको इतना freedom होना चाहिए कि they should take care of their own people. Because they said that people, they are first of all they are under state, then they will from under center. So it should be the responsibility of the state to take care of their people first of all. So it should be like more power should be given to the state. So this kind of debates and conflicts were there, but finally they arrived on one conclusion. Under that they made 3 lists. So what were the 3 lists? Union list, state list, and one more is there, see in the book?
District.
Concurrent list. So then they divided the issues. ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट ने डिवाइड कर दिए इश्यूज की, rather than giving more power to center or the state, so we will divide the issues that union means center. So center will take care of taxes, defense, and foreign affairs. Okay, state will look after education and healthcare. कि utmost कि लोगों का education और healthcare वो state देखेगी. And concurrent list means where joint responsibility will be there of the center and state in terms of forests and agriculture. So like this the constitution was made. It was not like that कि ऐसे ही बन गया. There were so many discussions, so many arguments were there. No need to write this. It is there in your book. See on page 164. 164, second paragraph. The Constitution sought to balance these competing claims by providing 3 lists of subjects. It is written here. So a union list with the tax, defense and foreign affairs, state list, education and healthcare, and concurrent list under which would come subjects such as forest and agriculture. So in which the center and the states would have joint responsibility. So then the next main issue, the last issue of while framing the constitution was the issue of languages. So you know that most of the people in India speak which language? Hindi. So they said that we will make India as a Hindu country. But you know that people who are in southern states. So what are they speaking?
Malayalam.
Yes. So then it was opposition. First of all, it was said that Hindi will be treated as an official language and it will be considered in the courts and everywhere. So Hindi will be a national language. But then it was opposed by the southern states. जो southern state में थे, जो तेलुगु बोलते थे, मलयालम बोलते थे, कन्नड़ा बोलते थे, उन्होंने oppose किया कि if you will impose Hindi on us, so then we threaten to separate from India, कि हम इंडिया से separate होके अपना एक अलग nation बना लेंगे कि अगर हम पे हिंदी impose की गई. Okay, so that's why then this issue was also sorted out. How? So there was one person, T. Krishnamacharya, underline this person. Who was he? He was the finance minister of India during the period of 1956 to 58. So what he said that if you will impose Hindi on us, then we threaten to separate from India. So then a compromise was finally arrived at. So what was the compromise that was done finally? That while Hindi would be the official language of India, English would be used in the courts, the services and communications between one state and another. So first of all they said कि Britishers चले गए, so we don't want English now. So English also should be removed. But then English was kept as the court language because most people knew this and Hindi was also there. Okay, so that's why compromise was done that they can have वहाँ पे जो in southern states wherever the work is done, the forms वगैरह होते हैं वो अपनी language में उन्होंने किए होते हैं. So that much freedom they have given to them that you can do your official work in your own language. Okay, so that kind of thing was there. So this kind of compromises were there and these kind of issues were dealt when India got independence and India was trying to bind all the people in one nation. Right? So then when this was done, so who was the father of Indian Constitution?
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and he was the chairman of the drafting committee also. What was the name of the drafting committee? Constituent Assembly. So B.R. Ambedkar, he was, it is written here, underline this line, the most important role was played by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay? So while framing the Indian Constitution, the most important role was played by
Dr. B.R.
It
Ambedkar.
can come for 1 mark question also, that who played the important role in framing Indian Constitution. So what he said, underline this line, 6th line. Dr. Ambedkar pointed out that political democracy had to be accompanied by economic and social democracy. Now what do you mean by political democracy? Means in politics, though the right to vote was given, ठीक है, right to vote सबको दे दिया, but under politics, so that will come, voting come under politics, ठीक है. So in politics, if right to vote is given to all, that means it is implemented 1 man, 1 vote and 1 value. Clear? Do you understand this one?
Yes, ma'am.
In politics, he said, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said कि politics में तो equality है. So there is equality in politics because 1 vote has 1 value. But in economic and social development, this equality is not there. There is inequality, you can say. How inequality?
Ma'am, rich and poor.
Yes. So 1 man, 1 value is not implemented here in this, because when we talk about economic and social this development, economic means rich and poor, society means high caste and low caste. So there the value of 1 man and 1 value is not implemented. So he said that if you want a developed nation, if you want a strong nation, first of all these kind of discriminations should be removed from the society. Then only equality will be there. Then only 1 man, 1 value will be there. Clear? So these were some of the features of Indian Constitution. Universal adult franchisee, then equality before law, untouchability was abolished, center versus state. So there was a debate between them who will have more power. So then 3 lists came. Under that they divided the departments, that what will they take care of, and last was the issue of languages. Then next topic is, this is also a very important topic, how were states formed? You know that when India got independence, how was the map of India that time? Was it the same?
No.
Was it the same map which is today?
No.
No, ma'am.
So then how were states formed? This is also a very interesting topic. So what happened when India got independence? Congress promised with people. Congress ने promise किया लोगों से, promise किया था उन्होंने that they will have different states based on different languages. Okay, based on languages, they will give different states to people. But then what happened? Congress did not fulfill the promise. उन्होंने अपना promise पूरा नहीं किया. क्यों नहीं पूरा किया? What can be the reasons?
There were so many languages.
Okay, but they had already seen the riots and bloodshed happening during the independence. क्योंकि एक partition पहले हो गया था. Based on what? Why Muslim Pakistan and India was separated? Based on religion. So there was separation of religion. So Congress had seen that time. It was not like that Congress was not fulfilling the demands deliberately, but there was a reason behind it. उसका reason ये था कि उन्होंने पहले ही इतना riots और bloodshed देख लिए जब partition हुआ था कि इतने लोग मरे. So they had seen that कि religion के base पे अगर partition हुआ है तो इतने लोग मरे हैं. So अगर हम languages के basis में we will make different states, so what kind of things will be there? So that's why they cannot afford to have more partition now. वो और partition नहीं करना चाहते थे. What they wanted to do? They wanted to have a strong nation. So that time their utmost priority was to bind the nation. उनको nation को एक साथ इकट्ठा करना था, ना कि उनको divide करना था. But then what happened? Now then you will say, ma'am, how the states were formed, because if they were not ready. So then this when Congress did not fulfill the promise, जब Congress ने अपना promise fulfill नहीं किया, the people were disappointed. ठीक है, जो अलग अलग languages बोलने वाले लोग थे, मलयालम, तमिल, तेलुगु, so they were very disappointed. And what did they do? They came on, yes, they came on roads and they did strikes. ठीक है, it's written here. See, 3rd paragraph. The Congress leaders would now go back on their promise, created great disappointment. कि कांग्रेस ने ये जो प्रॉमिस अपना फुलफिल नहीं किया, उसकी वजह से लोग बहुत डिसअपॉइंट हुए. द कन्नड़ स्पीकर्स, अंडरलाइन दिस लाइन, द कन्नड़ा स्पीकर्स, मलयालम स्पीकर्स, मराठी स्पीकर्स हैड ऑल लुक्ड फॉरवर्ड टू हैविंग देयर ओन स्टेट. कि उन्होंने सोचा था कि हमें अपनी एक स्टेट्स मिल जाएंगी अलग अलग. द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट प्रोटेस्ट, सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट प्रोटेस्ट किसने की थी? तेलुगु स्पीकिंग पार्टीज. ओके, सो दे वर Telugu speaking districts. The strongest, underline this line, the strongest protest, however, came from Telugu speaking districts of what was the Madras Presidency. You know, that time presidencies were there, provinces were there, states were not formed yet. States were formed later on when these kind of strikes and protests were done by the people. ठीक है, so सबसे ज्यादा strong protest किया वो Telugu speaking party ने किया, and one leader was there. So during what happened? How did they show their anger? So when Jawaharlal Nehru went to Andhra state that time, so Andhra was not made, but when he went there for campaigning, जाते हैं ना voting में campaign करने जाते हैं, so वहाँ पे the people opposed him. People showed black flags and they shouted that we want Andhra. Okay, so people demanded what? We want Andhra. See, it's written here. So he was met with black flags and slogans demanding we want Andhra. So लोगों ने बहुत ज़्यादा demands रखी, we want Andhra. And in October of that year, a veteran Gandhian named Potti Sriramalu. Okay, so he was a veteran Gandhian. Veteran Gandhian means who followed the philosophy of Gandhiji. ठीक है? What Gandhiji believed in?
Non-violence.
Non-violence. So that's why this man also, he also believed in non-violence. So they were not doing anything wrong, but only protesting in a peaceful manner. They went on a hunger strike. वो hunger strike पे चले गए, demanding the formation of Andhra state to protect the interest of Telugu speakers. As the fast went on, it attracted much support. हड़ताल हुए, बंद हुए, and strikes were there in many towns. So then finally what happened? So जब इतना कुछ होता है तो फिर obviously the government also have to do something, no? So then finally, underline this line, on 15th December 1952, these dates are important, that when the states were formed. So on 15th December 1952, 58 days into his fast, Potti Sriramalu died. He died on that day. Okay, why he died? Because he was on a hunger strike. So he died. So this had shaken the government that time. So as a newspaper put it, the news of the passing away of Sriramalu engulfed entire Andhra in chaos. कि बहुत ज़्यादा दंगे फसाद शुरू हो गए उस टाइम पे. The protest was so widespread and intense that the central government was forced to give in to the demand. So lastly, ultimately, finally, the government had to bend down in front of the protesters. So then, on 1st October 1953. So when was Andhra Pradesh formed?
1st October.
Yes. So on 1st October 1953, the new state of Andhra came into being, which subsequently became Andhra Pradesh. Okay. First of all, it was only known as Andhra. Then it was made Andhra Pradesh. So first state was made. Now you know that if government, you know, that's why government don't fulfill the demands of the protesters, because if one demand will be fulfilled, then other people will also stand up. It will happen, no? So then what happened कि जब Andhra Pradesh बन गया, one demand was fulfilled, then the other language speaking people, they also rose up कि अगर इनको state मिल दिया तो then why don't we? So then what happened? So to solve this issue, one commission was formed, States Reorganization Commission, to deal with this issue. So government formed this organization, States Reorganization Commission, to solve the issue of states. So what did this commission recommended? What were the recommendations of this commission? So they recommended that the state should be formed based on the languages. So like people who were speaking, it's written here. So they said that redrawing of district and provincial boundaries to form compact provinces of Assamese, like so many languages were there. Assamese, Bengali, Odia. So Assamese will be made Assam. Bengali will be made into Bengal. Odia will be made to Odisha. Tamil will be made to Tamil Nadu. Malayalam. Malayalam is the language of Kerala. Malayalam is spoken in Kerala. Kannada is in Karnataka. So Kannada will be into Karnataka, and Telugu, Andhra Pradesh, which was already made. So the large Hindi speaking region of North India. So North India में जो था Punjab states, United Provinces, Bihar हो गया. So mostly which language was spoken here? In the northern states. So Hindi was there, but still there was diversity. Like in Punjab, Punjabi speaking people were there. So that's why northern states has also been divided. So they also broke up into several states a little later in 1960. Underline this 9. So which state was formed in 1960? In 1960, the bilingual state of Bombay. So first of all, Maharashtra and Gujarat was combined. It was one state. So then in 1960, the bilingual state of Bombay was divided into separate states for Marathi and Gujarati speakers. So Marathi was made into Maharashtra and Gujarati was made into Gujarat states. So like this the states were formed. So in 1960, Maharashtra and Gujarat was formed, and 1966. So in 1966, the state of Punjab was also divided into Punjab and Haryana. Okay? And the former for the Punjabi speakers, who were also mostly Sikhs, the latter for the rest who spoke not Punjabi but versions of Haryanvi or Hindi. Okay? So like this, the formation of states took place. How first of all, I told you that the government did not want to have the states, because they were scared of already what happened, and then slowly they made this commission, and then slowly the states were formed. So you can see here in the maps also. So in this we have to do this map also. Okay, that will do next time. So Indian provinces and princely states will mark. So you can see that how map changed. It was in 1947, figure 5A. In 1947, how was the map? You can see, and then 1956 में कैसा था, and then lastly what we have today. So this is how it kept on changing, and we got the map which we have today. Okay. So that's it for today. This one will start next time.